Wow. Hey, much love and respect. Pura vida, mi gente. Hey, thanks for tuning in on your Friday evening. I appreciate you guys taking the time to do that. As always, you know, I appreciate when you guys, make the time, make the effort to sit in my lives or watch the videos later on. I really appreciate that. So today, just gonna go ahead and do something I normally don't do, which is give my opinion on certain things. Um, even though this is regarding history, and I think this is a very important thing to talk about. And if you get offended, if you're a fanboy of Mayweather or something like that, I mean, you don't have to be here right now. All right. Apart from his what he did in boxing, his skills, we can give him props for that. But outside of the boxing ring, this guy, has done said a lot of things. The way he acts, he's very cocky, very all about the money. He even named himself Money Mayweather. So this ain't no surprise. But the fact, well, I'm gonna show you, it's kind of worse when you're actually out there promoting that you're actually supporting the Chazars. That's a whole different thing. And then you're like being the face of it. You're like, and that you're just being used because you're a colored man, you're a celebrity. People look up to you. So maybe, oh, if uh if Mayweather likes them, then I can like them. If Mayweather supports what they're doing, then maybe I can support, turn a blind cheek, turn a blind eye, you know, and not care, as long as I'm good over here. All right. So, guys gotta understand, I'm all about humanity. Like some people will say they're about that, like Mayweather, and do the opposite. But I really care about when I see atrocities going on, genocides, things like that. If this was happening to you guys, I would be doing videos about that. If it was happening to anybody in the world, I'd be doing videos about that. This is how I try to help out. I can't be out there helping in any other way than trying to make people aware of the situation. And so hopefully they see that there is something big wrong, something wrong going on, like big time. And if we allow this, it's just gonna spread. Eventually it's gonna come to your doorstep. That's what I'm trying to point out. This whole time I had my Chazar series. Don't mention the Chazars. There's a bigger point to it because that place, Palestine is just a stepping stone. They get away with all this stuff. The whole world is next. The whole world is next. You might think you save over here and oh, this doesn't affect me. Oh, I'm all about that money. Yeah, just show me how to make money. I don't really care about that. Well, I don't know what to tell you. You're probably in the wrong channel. You're probably in the wrong channel because I'm not about that. When I used to see atrocities happen wherever I went in the hood or people being racist to colored folks or people mistreating anybody who's an illegal immigrant or whatever the case, I always felt bad for that person. I have that, you know, I have a heart. I have a heart, guys, and I hope a lot of you have it too, and I hope if you don't, you can try to try to care for other people, try to care for humanity. You may just see me, oh, this guy, this YouTuber, oh, he does history videos. I'm way more than that. I'm way more than that. That's just how I came on the scene, but I'm way more than that. All right. I got a big mission. This is just part of it. The YouTube's just part of it. But because I have a platform like this and people are willing to listen to me, then why not, point out certain things, certain wrongs in life, in our society, you know? I hope you guys are really hearing me. Okay. Um, yeah, empathy for others, it's a lot more than that. It's just wrong what's going on. So let me see. So I was gonna let me see. Yeah, go ahead and start with this. All right. So I was gonna start with a video of him, showing off and all that, but just want to point out something. This is in the United Nations website, and it says here, this is from November 14th, just about a month ago. It says UN Special Committee finds The Chazars' warfare methods in Gaza consistent with genocide, including the use of starvation as weapon of war. Starvation. I just hope this never happens to us over here. I hope we don't have to learn the hard way to care about everybody and to, really put bad people accountable for their actions. People who's actually been doing it for hundreds of years, been fooling us, controlling us, creating wars, creating all the finances, the education system. Who you think got us all oppressed here when it comes to the truth about so-called Black Indians and Black Europeans, and who's the truth, when we're talking about the lost tribes or the people of the Most High? Who do you really think has been behind all that? This is the same people. Okay, so this ain't about Africa. All right, let's not get, I'm gonna address the Pan-African stuff too at the end too. All right, so, but let's not go, come on. We're talking about something else right now. Don't get timed out because we ain't with that. We just showed a video yesterday and we've been doing this for 8 years. America's the true old world. Get off the biases. Okay, so AmnestyInternational.org, they're kind of the ones there the UN is talking about, a special committee. They're the ones who kind of investigate these things, guys. I'm gonna just read this real quick. And let's just look at this picture, right? Um, so is this Hamas right here? Is this Hamas? Yeah, so is this what Mayweather, you're gonna hear him talk about Hamas and right. So is this what you're talking about, Mayweather? If you ever watch this video, I doubt you'll ever watch it, but is this what you're talking about? Supporting this? Is this what you're talking about, Mayweather? Huh? Yeah. Now I just want to remind you guys, I have a whole series. It's called Don't Mention the Chazars. The first 22 parts are on YouTube still by some miracle. Even though I struggled, I had to fight a lot of the videos, restrictions, all that. I had to re-upload some episodes, they would take them down. Eventually, I moved the rest of them to my Patreon because I didn't want to be censored no more and I wanted to show more graphic stuff. And if you ask anybody in my Patreon, they'll tell you, yeah, it gets pretty graphic. What's going on, what has been going on over there. Okay. Don't mention the Chazars. Why are you calling them Chazars? It's Chazars. No, don't mention them. There's a reason. If you watch part 1 and 2, you'll know why. All right? And why we're saying don't mention them? Because you literally cannot talk about certain people in this world. You literally can't talk about the controllers because they will come after you. When you know the people you cannot talk about, then you know who's in control. All right. Again, guys, please don't mention them, even on the chat, because they'll come here. The Chazars will come here and report it and take the video down. I've already experienced this. We know it's code. You know what I'm talking about. That's how bad it is. We think this is like a game, and it's not a game. It's like it's real. A lot of us who expose this stuff, we do risk our lives. You know what I mean? Like this is real stuff we're talking about. All right. Yeah, they don't care when you talk about Pan-African stuff and we all out Africa, but when you talk about this stuff, they'll come after you. All right. Again, 22 parts are on YouTube if you haven't watched them. So you can see how ludicrous it is to support what's going on over there. How crazy, how inhumane. You have no soul, you have no heart, you have no conscience. If after watching at least the first 22 parts, you're still talking about, oh yeah, who cares? I support them, I support this, I support that. And you're still talking about a fake news. You gotta understand who controls the news, who's the owners of all the news channels, who's the owners of Hollywood, of the music industry, the financial system. Come on, wake up. Don't Don't learn the hard way until it's too late and it's in front of your doorstep. I'm really trying to talk to you guys. Apart from, you guys always hear me, everything's all good and gravy. All right. I just feel like my spirit wanted me to do this, right? Like Most High wanted me to do this, all right? So I hope you guys are listening. Amnesty International investigation concludes Israel is committing genocide against Palestinians in Gaza. Amnesty's international research has found sufficient basis to conclude that Israel has committed and is continuing to commit genocide against Palestinians in the occupied Gaza Strip, the organization said in a landmark new report published today. This is December 5th, right? Not too long ago. They finally decided, finally, oh, really? You just realized, right? We're gonna see how many people have already been, you know, taken, their lives been taken. So you finally agreeing with all the people who have been telling you what's been going on over there. The report you feel like you are subhuman. Israel genocide against Palestinians in Gaza documents how during its military offensive launched in the wake of the deadly Hamas-led attacks in southern Israel on October 7, 2023, Israel has unleashed hell and destruction on Palestinians in Gaza brazenly, continuously, and with total impunity. Amnesty International report demonstrate that Israel has carried out acts prohibited under the Genocide Convention with the specific intent to destroy Palestinians in Gaza. These acts include killings, causing serious bodily or mental harm, and deliberately inflicting on Palestinians in Gaza conditions of life calculated to bring about their physical destruction. Month after month, Israel has treated Palestinians in Gaza as a subhuman group, unworthy of human rights and dignity, demonstrating its intent to physically destroy them, said Agnes Callamard, Secretary General of Amnesty International. Our damning findings must serve as a wake-up call to the international community. This is genocide. It must stop now. States that continue to transfer arms to Israel, right, like US and UK, must know. We're talking about Trump. Trump is full support of this, guys. Like, this is what I'm trying to tell you. A lot of you still, oh, but Trump is better for us in the economy. You guys don't understand that both sides, Democrat and Republic, is controlled by AIPAC, Chazars. You think you actually made a difference by going to vote. He was already going to win. And you think Kamala and Biden were in control? They weren't in control this whole time. Like, wake up. I'm trying to tell you, wake up before it's too late. Again, this is a wake-up call. So anybody transferring arms to Israel at this time must know they are violating their obligation to prevent genocide and are at risk of becoming complicit in genocide. All right? That includes Mayweather. We're about to see why. Complicit. All states with influence over Israel, particularly key arms suppliers like the USA and Germany, but also other EU member states, the UK and others, must act now to bring Israel's atrocities against Palestinians in Gaza to an immediate end. Over the past 2 months, the crisis has grown particularly acute in the North Gaza Governorate, where a besieged population is facing starvation, displacement, and annihilation. Amid relentless bombardment and suffocation restrictions on life-saving humanitarian aid, our research reveals that for months, Israel has persisted in committing genocidal acts, fully aware of the irreparable harm it was inflicting on Palestinians in Gaza. It continued to do so in defiance of countless warnings about the catastrophic humanitarian situation and of legally binding decisions from the International Court of Justice, ordering Israel to take immediate measures to enable the provisions of humanitarian assistance to civilians in Gaza, said Agnes Callamard. The Chazars has repeatedly argued that its actions in Gaza are lawful and can be justified by its military goal to eradicate Hamas, which they probably created. But genocidal intent can exist alongside military goals and does not need to be the Chazars' sole intent. All right. Here we have a video, which I wish I can play. I wish I can play this video right now, and I can't because it shows too many graphic stuff that they would not allow. This is the kind of stuff I show on the series. Don't mention the Chazars. If you're interested, I'm going to check out the videos, parts 23 to 33. There's already 10 parts on my Patreon. But again, the first 22 parts are on YouTube. You can watch them. They're still there. So you can understand what's really going on. Amnesty International examined Israel's act in Gaza closely in their totality, taking into account their recurrence and simultaneous occurrence and both their immediate impact and their cumulative and mutually reinforcing consequences. The organization considered the scale and severity of the casualties and destruction over time. It also analyzed public statements by officials, finding that prohibited acts were often announced or called for in the first place by high-level officials in charge of the war efforts. Taking into account the pre-existing context of dispossession, apartheid, and unlawful military occupation in which these acts have been committed, we could find only one reasonable conclusion. The Chazars' intent is the physical destruction of Palestinians in Gaza, whether in parallel with or as a means to achieve its military goal of destroying Hamas, said Agnes Calamard. The atrocity crimes committed on the 7th of October 2023 by Hamas, and again, if you watch my Chazars series, you'll see how that was allowed, how these people were literally allowed, how this was all planned, and who really was committing the atrocities that they said happened. Who had the Apache helicopters blowing up houses? Who has the tanks in the neighborhood blowing up houses? Who lied about what happened? They got caught lying about, oh, this lady got raped and this baby got burned. All that got disproven. All that got debunked. But we'll go with it. We'll keep reading, right? And other armed groups, including the Liberty Mass, blah, blah, blah. International jurisprudence recognizes that the perpetrator does not need to succeed in their attempts to destroy the protected group, either in whole or in part, for genocide to have been committed. The commission of prohibited acts with the intent to destroy the group as such is sufficient. Amnesty International report examines in detail Israel's violations in Gaza over 9 months between 7 October 2023 and early July 2024. The organization interviewed 212 people, including Palestinian victims and witnesses, local authorities in Gaza, healthcare workers, conducted field work, and analyzed an extensive range of visual and digital evidence, including satellite imagery. It also analyzed statements by senior Chazar government and military officials and official Chazar bodies. On multiple occasions, the organization shared its findings with the Chazar authorities, but had received no substantive response at the time of publication. Unprecedented scale and magnitude. Israel's actions following Hamas' daily attack have brought Gaza's population to the brink of collapse. Its brutal military offensive had killed more than 42,000 Palestinians. And that's as of July, right? So a lot more after that, right? Including over 13,300 children, and injured over 90,000 more. So you're telling me these are all Hamas right here? 13,300 children, that's Hamas, right? That's who they're fighting? 42,000 Palestinians. Many of them in direct or deliberately indiscriminate attacks, often wiping out entire multi-generational families. It has caused unprecedented destruction, which experts say occurred at a level and speed not seen in any other conflict in the 21st century, leveling entire cities and destroying critical infrastructure, agricultural, land, and cultural and religious sites. It thereby renders large swaths of Gaza uninhabitable. Mohammed, who fled with his family from Gaza City to Rafah in March 2024 and was displaced again in May 2024, described the struggle to survive in horrifying conditions. Here in Deir al-Bala, it's like an apocalypse. You have to protect your children from insects, from the heat, and there's no clean water, no toilets. All while the bombing never stops. You feel like you are subhuman here. Israel imposed conditions, the Chazars, right, in life in Gaza that created a deadly mixture of malnutrition, hunger, and diseases, and exposed Palestinians to a slow, calculated death. Chazars also subjected hundreds of Palestinians from Gaza to incommunicado detention, torture, and other ill treatment. Viewed in isolation, some of the acts investigated by Amnesty International constitute serious violations of international humanitarian law or international human rights law. But in looking at the broader picture of the Chazars' military campaign and the cumulative impact of its policies and acts, genocidal intent is the only reasonable Conclusion. That's the only thing you can conclude. Duh. Again, go watch parts 1 to 22 that are on YouTube, guys, if you haven't. So you can see. There's no other, after you watch that, you can't come look at me straight in the face and tell me that you're down with anybody who supports these people or what they're doing. Talking about Hamas. Don't come tell me about October 7th when this started in 1948. All right. It's not something they're not even talking about right here. 1948, when over 800,000 got, you know, moved, murdered to make way for the state of the Chazars. 1948. And ever since then, these people have been living through this. This didn't start last year. Intent to destroy. Yes, let's try to keep the comments in the live chat, because you gotta understand, guys, the Chasers are watching. They're looking for any reason to report this. Okay? So yeah, make sure you're talking, saying, this is sad, all that, but don't get too aggressive, because they'll come like, look, he's promoting hate. He's promoting hate. To establish the Chasers' specific intent to physically destroy Palestinians in Gaza. As such, Amnesty International analyzed the overall patterns of Chasers' conduct in Gaza, reviewed dehumanizing and genocidal statements by Chaser government and military officials, particularly those at the highest levels, and considered the context of Chaser's system of apartheid, its inhumane blockade at Gaza, and the unlawful 57-year-old military occupation of the Palestinian territory. Oh, I thought this started last year. And that's only going from the 60s. They're not even going as far back as 1948. Before reaching its conclusion, Amnesty International examined Chazar's claims that its military lawfully targeted Hamas and other armed groups throughout Gaza, and that the resulting unprecedented destruction and denial of aid were the outcome of unlawful conduct by Hamas, that's the whole lie, and other armed groups, such as locating fighters among the civilian population or the diversion of aid. The organization concluded these claims are not credible. The presence of Hamas fighters near or within a densely populated area does not absolve the Chazars from its obligations to take all feasible precautions to spare civilians and avoid indiscriminate or disproportionate attacks. Its research found Israel repeatedly failed to do so, committing multiple crimes under international law for which there can be no justification based on Hamas actions. Amnesty International also found no evidence that the diversion of aid could explain Israel's extreme and deliberate restrictions on life-saving humanitarian aid. In its analysis, the organization also considered alternative arguments, such as ones that Chazars was acting recklessly, or that it simply wanted to destroy Hamas and did not care if needed to destroy Palestinians in the process, demonstrating a callous disregard for their lives rather than genocidal intent. It says here, our damning findings must serve as a wake-up call to stop the international community. This is genocide. To call up the international community. This is genocide. It must stop now. However, regardless of whether Chazar sees the destruction of Palestinians as instrumental to destroy Hamas or an acceptable byproduct of this goal, this view of Palestinians as disposable and not worthy of consideration is in itself evidence of genocidal intent. Many of the unlawful acts documented by Amnesty International were preceded by officials urging their implementation. The organization reviewed 102 statements that were issued by Chazar government and military officials and others between 7 of October 2023 and 30 of June 2024, and dehumanized Palestinians, called for or justified genocidal acts or other crimes against them. Of these, Amnesty International identified 22 statements made by senior officials in charge of managing the offensive that appeared to call for or justify genocidal acts, providing direct evidence of genocidal intent. This language was frequently replicated, including by Chazar soldiers on the ground, as evidence. Who? Chazar soldiers. We're going to see Mayweather giving them props, giving them high fives, say, I love y'all, man. Y'all are brave. I love y'all, man. Y'all are so brave, man. That's Mayweather telling them that. People who, do this things to little children. Genocide, little children. As evidence, destruction of Palestinian homes, mosques, schools, and universities, killing and causing seriously bodily or mental harm. Amnesty International documented the genocidal act of killing and causing serious mental and bodily harm to Palestinians in Gaza by reviewing the results of investigations it conducted into 15 airstrikes between 7 October 2023 and 20 April 2024 that killed at least 334 civilians, including 141 children, and wounded hundreds of others. Amnesty International found no evidence that any of these strikes were directed at a military objective. You guys hear that? None of them. Just bombing neighborhoods, regular people. Those are your so-called insurgents, like back in the Iraq War, right? You guys remember what Cat Williams says? I don't know no insurgents. Yeah, they use these words and they throw the news out there and then you don't care. You're like, "Hey, it ain't happening to me, whatever. Oh yeah, I don't know no insurgents. I don't know no Palestinians." In one illustrative case, on 20th April 2024, an Israeli airstrike destroyed Abdel Al family house in the Al Jenaina neighborhood in eastern Rafah, killing 3 generations of Palestinians, including 16 children, while they were sleeping. While they were sleeping. While these represent just a fraction of the Chazars' aerial attacks, they are indicative of a broader pattern of repeated direct attacks on civilians and civilian objects, or deliberately indiscriminate attacks. The attacks were also conducted in ways designed to cause very high number of fatalities and injuries among the civilian population, inflicting conditions of life calculated to bring about physical destruction. The report documents how Israel deliberately inflicted conditions of life on Palestinians in Gaza intended to lead, over time, to their destruction. These conditions were imposed through 3 simultaneous patterns that repeatedly compounded the effect of each other's devastating impacts: damage to and destruction of life-sustaining infrastructure and other objects indispensable to the survival of the civilian population, the repeated use of sweeping, arbitrary, and confusing mass evacuation orders to forcibly displace almost all of Gaza's population, and the denial and obstruction of the delivery of essential services, humanitarian assistance, and other life-saving supplies into and within Gaza. After 7th of October 2023, the Chazars imposed a total siege on Gaza, cutting off electricity, water, and fuel. In the 9 months reviewed for this report, Chazars maintained a suffocating unlawful blockade. Tightly controlled access to energy sources failed to facilitate meaningful humanitarian access within Gaza and obstructed the import and delivery of life-saving goods and humanitarian aid, particularly to areas north of Wadi Gaza. They thereby exacerbated an already existing humanitarian crisis. This, combined with the extensive damage to Gaza's homes, hospitals, and water and sanitation facilities, and agricultural land and mass forced displacement, caused catastrophic levels of hunger and led to the spread of diseases at alarming rates. The impact was especially harsh on young children and pregnant or breastfeeding women. That's your Hamas right there, with anticipated long-term consequences for their health. The international community's seismic, shameful failure for over a year to press the Chazars to end these atrocities in Gaza by first delaying calls for a ceasefire and then continuing arms transfer is and will remain a stain on our collective consciousness. And that's true. This is what I'm saying. What side of history were you in? When this all goes back in the future, when they say, man, that was so messed up, what was going on? We didn't really understand what was happening. You know, I didn't know. I didn't know, right? What side of history were you on? We know where Mayweather's side is on. We're going to see. Time and time again, the Chasers had the chance to improve the humanitarian situation in Gaza, yet over a year it has repeatedly refused to take steps blatantly within its power to do so, such as opening sufficient access points to Gaza or lifting tight restrictions on what could enter the Strip or their obstruction of aid deliveries within Gaza, while the situation has grown progressively worse. Though its repeated evacuation orders, Chazars displays nearly 1.9 million Palestinians, 90% of Gaza's population, into ever-shrinking, unsafe pockets of land under inhumane conditions, some of them up to 10 times. These multiple waves of forced displacement left many jobless and deeply traumatized, especially since some 70% of Gaza's residents are refugees or descendants of refugees. Descendants of refugees. This has been going since 1948, whose town and villages were ethnically cleansed by Israel during the 1948 Nakba. If you don't know what that means, again, guys, check out my series. We went over the history, the background, way before October 7th. Take the time. You might be entertained by them, you know? It's not just me reading. I'm not even talking in any of those videos at all. I'm not even talking. The information speaks for itself. The history speaks for itself. The footage speaks for itself. The testimonies speak for themselves. Despite conditions quickly becoming unfit for human life, Israeli authorities refused to consider measures that would have protected displaced civilians and ensured their basic needs were met, showing that their actions were deliberate. Deliberate. They refused to allow those displaced to return to their homes in northern Gaza or relocate temporarily to other parts of the occupied Palestinian territory, or Chazar, continuing to deny many Palestinians their right to return under international law to areas they were displaced from in 1948. You guys understand? Like they've been displaced, a lot of these people from their hometown since 1948, and they've never been able to return. They did so knowing that there was nowhere safe for Palestinians in Gaza to flee to. All right. And I know a lot of you's like, oh, this is karma. This is what they get. Like, you guys, like, this ain't even the true, you know that. This ain't even the true Holy Land. So it's not even about, oh, who was there first, who was there second, because you weren't back there. You weren't there. And who know, and how do you know? It's the same thing. Like, how do you know, the whole history of the people that were there before them, if they were good or bad or good, or, you know, it don't matter about color. This ain't just about color. Accountability for genocide. The International Committee's seismic, shameful failure for over a year to press the Chazars to end its atrocities in Gaza by first delaying calls for a ceasefire and then continuing an arms transfer is and will remain a stain on our collective conscience, said Agnes Calamard. Governments must stop pretending they are powerless to end this genocide, which was enabled by decades of impunity for Chazar's violations of international law. They've had decades of impunity, guys. States need to move beyond more or mere expressions of regret or dismay and take strong and sustained international action. However uncomfortable a finding of genocide may be for some of Chazar's allies, like Trump. The International Criminal Court's arrest warrants for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and former Defense Minister Yoav Gallant for war crimes and crimes against humanity issued last month offer real hope of a long overdue justice for victims. States must demonstrate their respect for the court's decision and for universal international law principles by arresting and handing over those wanted by the ICC. Do you guys think that's really going to happen? I believe that if it really does happen, it would have to be the chasers themselves handing them over, the, the own people in the state of Israel doing that. It's happened before where your own people has turned the leaders in, you know, because they just didn't want them anymore. But these people are very protected by US, UK, and many high-ranked people, many high-ranked governments. We are calling on the Office of the Prosecutor of the International Criminal Court to urgently consider adding genocide to the list of crimes it is investigating and for all states to use every legal avenue to bring perpetrators to justice. No one should be allowed to commit genocide and remain unpunished. Amnesty International is also calling for all civilian hostages to be released unconditionally and for Hamas and other Palestinian armed groups responsible for the crimes committed on October 7th to be held to account. Well, when you start investigating that, it's going to lead to the Chazars. I mean, we've broken that down in the series, guys. Go check it out. The organization is also calling for the UN Security Council to impose targeted sanctions against Chazars and Hamas officials most implicated in crimes under international law. So this is the background, right? They try to talk about what Hamas did right there. So that's about it. I just wanted to go ahead and read that, right? Again, They've already declared this. This is, this was again from December 5th. This was just from last week. Okay. Amnesty International says Israel is committing genocide in Gaza, right? Oh, can't even show pictures like that, but look at this. So we're gonna hear Mayweather, right? He's gonna say, I'm all about humanity. I'm all about humanity, You know, I love the Chazars. It's my home away from home when I come here. All this happened to the American Indians. Yes. Yes. This happened to the American Indians. It doesn't mean we shouldn't care, right? Like if especially if this happened to your people, then you should be the ones actually in the front line saying, "Hey, this is wrong. We had this happen to us. We don't want it to happen to other people." Right? So AP, CNN, December 5th, right? Says there is sufficient evidence to accuse the Chazars of genocide in Gaza. CNN, huh? Look at that. That could be your family right there. Hopefully not one day. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. So we're gonna go back to October of this year. We're gonna go back to October of this year, right? We're in the Jerusalem Post. Jerusalem Post. Boxing legend Floyd Mayweather visits wounded IDF soldiers at rehab center, right? Legendary boxer paid a visit to Israel's Bele Fekad Rehabilitation Center, offering encouragement and support to soldiers wounded in the ongoing war. This is Mayweather's fourth visit to the country since the war began, showcasing his commitment to those recovering from their wounds. Bele Fekad, the organization behind the rehabilitation center in Kiryat Ono, provides critical medical care. That's where they, I guess, see they're wounded. Mayweather, known globally for his undefeated record, he's 50 and 0. I'm 50 and 0, man. Well, he just took a loss in UK. I'm going to show you guys that he just took a loss in the streets of UK. And world titles and 5 different weight classes. Spent time with the soldiers delivering words of encouragement and solidarity. So you guys, we just read what's going on, right? Do you see the image, right? The same soldiers he's saying, right? He's addressing the soldiers on Monday. Mayweather expresses admiration for the bravery and resilience. Now, this is what he's saying, right? I see so many bright faces, so many beautiful people. You guys are brave warriors. I take my hat off to everyone in here that goes on that battlefield. He emphasized teamwork and perseverance, adding, "You guys are team players. I'm proud of you all. Hold your heads up high and just know every day is a blessing. You guys are true heroes and warriors. True heroes and warriors, huh? True heroes and warriors." Yeah. Yeah. True heroes and warriors for fighting little kids and beating them and torturing them. They don't just, guys, like, if you go watch the series, you'll see what I'm talking about. They've been doing this way before October 7th. It's not about no Hamas. They've been beating little kids, torturing them, beating them up, women, all that, right? All right. So here you go with his buddies, with his buddies, right? With his buddies. All right. To get that rid of that. We're in the JC.com, the Jewish Chronicle. Mayweather calls Israel his home away from home. His home away from home. Legendary boxer Mayweather has made his second visit to Israel since October 7th. The undefeated champion, known for his philanthropic efforts, shared his arrival at Ben Gurion Airport through a heartfelt Instagram post expressing gratitude for the warm welcome he received. He stated, "There's nothing like returning to such a warmth and hospitality. A heartfelt thank you to the wonderful team at Ben Gurion Airport for the welcome back. It feels like home away from home." Why can't it feel like home for the Palestinian people who's been there thousands of years? And he says, actions speak louder than words, and I'm here to support in every way I can. In every way I can support. Here's to another great journey together, together, another, Another, so how long you been working? Another great journey together. Mayweather has been actively supporting Israel since the outbreak of conflict last year. He has used his private plane to deliver essential medical supplies to the nation. I know a lot of people who need supplies. If you want to be humane, why don't he help both sides? During his previous visit in March, he met soldiers, rescue workers, and civilians, showing solidarity with those affected by the ongoing situation. His recent trip included visits to Israel Defense Forces base, where he hosted a barbecue, right? While there's people starving, there's little children starving, millions, thousands of people starving because of what they did. Talking about they went after Hamas, but they're doing this to civilians. He's having a barbecue with military personnel in the headquarters of the United Hatzalah, Chazars' largest volunteer emergency medical service. Mayweather was also honored in Jerusalem with the Champion for Israel Award. He's a champion for the Chazars, a champion for the Chazars, which he received at Dan Family Age World Center for his advocacy against anti-Semitism and hate. Huh? You mean what? What? What Semite? Shemites? You talking about the Chazars? From Europe? The special recognition is reserved for individuals who actively stand against such issues and support the Chazars. All right. So last week it announced that Mayweather made a donation of $100,000 to the United Hatzalah to help purchase 100 bulletproof vests, enhancing the safety of their volunteers amid the ongoing Israel-Hamas conflict. What conflict is one-sided? Usually when you have a war, guys, you have two sides fighting each other, right? You don't just have one side dominating and causing what the United Nations already said is a genocide to the other side who can't even fight back. You can't even fight back, man. All right. If you guys not aware of this stuff, this is why I'm doing this. Because, yeah, he's very cocky and yeah, he did 50-0, good for him, but you're inhumane, man. And I know he knows where the money leads to, so he knows who to be nice to. Because if you know what happened to Kyrie Irving, right? Do you guys remember what happened to Kyrie Irving, right? Kanye West, Kyrie Irving. What happens when you're not nice to the Chazars? What happens? What happens? So the JewishPress.com says boxer Floyd Mayweather visits wounded Israeli soldiers. All right. And some more of that. You guys are brave warriors. I take my hat off to everyone in here that goes out to the battlefield. Says Rabbi Uriel and Shivi Vigler, founders of Bele Vekat, expressed their deep appreciation for Mayweather's visit. Floyd's support and compassion mean the world to these soldiers, said Rabbi Vigler. His visit lifts their spirits and reminds them that people across the globe are standing with them. Really? If you actually guys pay attention to real news and not just the main news, you'll see that it's not, the majority of people are not standing by them. The world is protesting. They don't show you this stuff. Chevy Vigler added, Floyd's connection to our soldiers speak volumes. His presence here brings hope and renewed sense of strength to those who have sacrificed so much for the Chazars' fake state. Algermainer.com. Floyd Mayweather praises wounded IDF soldiers as brave warriors, true heroes during solidarity trip to Israel. Okay. And same thing we already read, right? So Mayweather has many number of stops in Jerusalem this week. He visited the Western Wall. We're going to see images of that. The U.S. Embassy, where he met former U.S. Ambassador to Israel, David Friedman, and the Orthodox Yeshiva Sharai Meva Seret Zion, where he told students, I will continue to support Israel. I will be back, like Terminator. And I will continue to be the voice for the Chazar people. He's the voice, right? Why? You're from America. Why? Mayweather was also gifted this week by J.W. Jewelers. Oh, now I see why. Oh, in Israel, a limited edition $20,000 watch. Oh, that's why you will continue to be a voice for the Chazars. I told you. It's all about that money bag, huh? You know where the money leads. You know your money Mayweather, man. You don't care about anything else. Your money Mayweather. You don't care about anyone, anything else. You are money Mayweather. You got that $20,000 watch now in the colors of the Israeli flag in honor of his support for the Chazars. The watch was created to mark the 75th anniversary of Israel's independence, and its back features an image of the Chazar flag. So he donated 100,000, right? Again. All right. All right. Oh, whoa, wow. All right. Look at his hat. Yeah. The money. What does that say? The money. The money team. Wow. Wow. I didn't really know what TMT stood for until I read that right now. Wow. Look at that, guys. Like he literally telling you what's up. His allegiance is to the money, not to humanity. We're gonna hear him talk. We're gonna hear him talk. We're gonna let him say it for himself. So you don't think I'm just reading stuff that people are making up. All right? The money team. He knows where the money team is. This is what I'm trying to tell you, man. Oh, I support this. I support y'all brave soldiers. All right, where's my check? Where's my check, yo? Make sure you got me all my sponsors. Make sure you keep me in all your events. Make sure you keep paying me. Make sure you don't ban me. Make sure you don't shadow ban me. Take my millions, billions away. I'm trying to be a billionaire like y'all. I'm trying to be a billionaire like y'all. Hmm. To me, this is almost like the P. Diddy. This is like a P. Diddy to me. Who controlled P. Diddy? Who controlled P. Diddy? Yeah. He got all his chase our friends. All his chase our friends. Money Mayweather, Money Mayweather, Money Mayweather. 7 Israel News. Legendary boxer Floyd Mayweather visits wounded IDF soldiers. So they're very proud of it. They're promoting it. They're promoting it very much. You know, I'm just showing you. They're very happy. IsraelFan.com. Floyd Mayweather visits Israeli facility for wounded soldiers. He got his $20,000 watch. He's bling blinging now. Now he's really in the money team. Now he's really Money Mayweather. A heartfelt visit, retired boxing champion Floyd Mayweather arrived in Israel today. Spent time in Bellevue Cat organization, right? Heartfelt visit. Heartfelt visit. Again, UN Special Committee finds Israel's warfare methods in Gaza consistent with genocide, including use of starvation as a weapon of war. It's not a heartfelt visit for the Palestinians who've been there longer than the Chazars. It says Mayweather, known for his legendary career in the ring, was visibly moved as he met with soldiers and heard their stories of resilience, survival, and patriotism. Now, you guys, I in my series I show what the soldiers are really doing, right? And what they're uploading, how they're putting on, they're playing with the toys, they're mocking the people, they're like doing selfies while they're blowing up a whole neighborhood behind them. Yeah, they fighting from the far. They don't fight. They don't fight from the ground really. They fight from afar, sending, you know, bomb drones and missile strikes. So that's what he's talking about when the resilience and survival and patriotism. And he says today is about honoring the incredible strength and sacrifice of Matan and all the soldiers who fight to protect their country. Mayweather shared with the group. His words struck a chord, reminding everyone of the universal respect for those who stand in the line of duty. The impact of Mayweather's visit extended beyond just words. It was a powerful reminder of the global support for Israel and its people. Yeah, you mean Mayweather's support, not global. It's not really no global. The Chasers did not originate. Are we talking about? I'm not even gonna say it, man. Los Angeles Magazine exclusive: Floyd Mayweather is sending supplies to Israel via private jet and his private jet. I stand with Chazars against the Hamas terrorists. Oh, you mean these ones? These Hamas terrorists right here? These Hamas terrorists right here? This Hamas terrorist right here, this little kid? That's what you're talking about? Oh man, can't even show pictures like this, like, oh, her. Oh yeah, she looks like a Hamas terrorist. Yep, that's definitely a Hamas terrorist. I'm fake news on Mayweather? What are you talking about, Nora? Who controls me and what I say? Damn, man, like, this is what I'm saying, man. Man, get out of my channel, man. Just because you're a fanboy of boxing doesn't mean we can't criticize what he does outside of the ring. Like, why would I have to, like, man, like, this is what I'm saying. Did you just subscribe for 5 minutes just so you can troll? Is this breaking your heart that your hero is a faker? Your hero is a genocide supporter? Is it breaking your heart? Hey guys, where's my moderators? Where's my moderators, man? Kick them right out. Kick them right out. YNetNews.com. Boxing legend Floyd Mayweather makes goodwill visit to the Chazars. Floyd Money Mayweather. He's in the money team now, for sure. He's in the club now, for sure. A legend in the boxing ring with unmatched 50-year-old record, huh? But he lost his soul, which is the most important thing. You may be 50-0 in the ring, but you got a big loss with the Most High. You lost you lost all respect. You lost to the streets. You lost in the world, the view to the world, man. Mayweather, known for his flawless defense and strategic progress, touched down and chased our land again, thanks to partly to an invite from a chase our businessman, Jonah Rex Nick. It is his fourth visit to the chase our land since the start of the war, most recently in March. Yeah, Money Mayweather, Money Mayweather. Okay. Floyd receives Champion of Israel award for work following Hamas attack. He got the award. Mayweather was at the sold-out Faena Forum in South Florida Tuesday night, where he was presented with the Champion of Israel award from friends Jonah Recknish and James McNair, recognizing the legend's enormous contributions to the Chazars. Yeah, to the Chazars. Remember, TBE sent his Air Mayweather private jet flown by his pilots to Tel Aviv with over 5,000 pounds of supplies for both civilian and the military. He even hopped on a video call and had a chat with a special forces unit that received some of the equipment. Money Mayweather. Floyd also attended a pro Chase rally in Los Angeles, even in Los Angeles, where he marched with thousands of fellow supporters and even sold custom TMT hats, the money team, right? Online with proceeds going to charity. Oh yeah, he made money. Okay. Aside from celebrating Floyd for all he's done, Tuesday event was also aimed at raising money for Magen David Adom, a Red Cross affiliate organization in Israel. Yet they don't allow the Red Cross or humanitarian aid workers to go into Gaza, right? And they didn't even mention that in the article we read, but they're actually murdering, you know, aid workers, UN aid workers, Red Cross people, all that. We got the videos in my series right here. All right. So Nero, what's his name? Let me see. Nora. Nora, man, you got an evil heart, man. You got an evil heart, man. I just can't understand why people get mad at what I'm saying right now. Like, we're not talking about his boxing skills, you know? We're not talking about his boxing skills. We're talking about who he is as a person. And it's not even about him. It's just about what he stands for, the fakeness that he's standing for, how they're using him, right? And he's using them because he's in the money team now. Money Mayweather, Money Mayweather, yeah, Money Mayweather. Iconic image right here. The event produced by the Chazar Chagner of Charity Bids featured a live auction, and Mayweather was among those offering a one-of-a-kind experiences, which ranked in big bucks. Big bucks. Yeah, they're using you, you're using them. It's all about that money bag, right? It's all about that money bag, right? Yeah, exactly. He should have gotten the award for the fakest globetard in the planet. He is in front of his own image. Hey, that's me in the car, and look at that. Yeah, I support them, you know, my friends. I make them money, they make me money, you know. It's a good business deal. Among the awesome packages, Floyd offered a courtside ticket to sit with him at a Miami Heat game. He also auctioned off two ringside. Oh man, you know what? I know a lot of people will die to. Oh, I want to sit. I don't want to be next to you. I don't want to be right next to you, man, because I might say something to you, and knowing you, you start acting all hard, like always. Start acting all hard. I'm the best. I'm the best. Yeah. Can he beat me up? He might be able to beat me up. I don't know, but when you're outside the ring, you don't need to, follow rules. So, you know, when it's when it comes to coming home to my family every night, hey, I'm gonna make sure I come home. Anyways, that's I shouldn't even get to that. That's about me. So boxing legend Floyd Mayweather pays solidarity to wounded Israel, right? So here's just you see it's all over the internet, right? We're gonna get to a little video we did. All right, little video. All right. Oh, we're not gonna get to that yet. Hold on. All right. This is the video. Look at that. You guys see that?
Floyd and I were in Dubai and Abu Dhabi last November, right around my birthday time. And every year for my birthday, he gives me this awesome gift. And this year he said, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I made a joke. I said, "I'm turning 40. Let's go to Israel. We're already here." He said, "Okay, taking you to Israel for your birthday." We went to Israel and we had an awesome trip. We went for a week. We stayed in Tel Aviv. We were in Jerusalem. We toured the country. And we just had such an awesome trip. It was our whole entourage, like 40, 50 people. Floyd has been a major supporter of Israel, even before that trip, but I think that trip really opened his eyes in a major way. that what you see on the news is not what's actually going on in Israel. And I have to tell you, Floyd has really taken a strong stand for Israel. Sending his plane over is not something which is foreign to him. He sent it to Israel with supplies. He's participated financially. He showed up at rallies in support, but he's done this many times without fanfare and without any press. This just picked up attention recently because Israel is such a current hot topic.
MADA serves humanity, and Floyd stands for humanity. And that's why this partnership made so much sense to me. When he chose any organization to do what he did, he chose MADA. That's who we call when things go rough. That's who we call when we need blood. That's who we call when we need emergency services.
Floyd, thank you for all that you've done for Israel and for Magen David Adom. And we look forward to working with you and seeing you again on the world stage and again in this critical role supporting Israel and the Jewish people.
Thank you, Floyd. Thank you on behalf of my family and our entire community. Your kindness and sincerity speaks loudly.
פלויד היקר, אני מבקש להביע את הערכתנו הרבה לכל מה שאתה עושה למדינת ישראל. שא ברכה. תודה על כל מה שאתה עושה.
Floyd, I love you. Thank you for everything you've done for me and my family and for the Jewish people.
Let me control all this.
וואו. ואני אחזיק איתך. למרות שאני מגולני, אני אחזיק. גולני שלי, גולני שלי.
The money team.
Floyd, welcome to my gym.
Okay.
We have an amazing project here for the soldiers.
Okay, yes.
I told Floyd the story about Matan and how he jumped to save the whole group, and he wants to dedicate the whole trip this week, Kol HaChavashah, to Matan, the whole week.
Tell me your name.
הוא רוצה שכל הספירה, איך אומרים?
You can say in English, everyone. Most of the time.
כל הזיכרונות.
Yeah, you can speak in English.
I'm sorry.
של כל החופש שלו וכל העבודה שלו בזכות של מתן.
Wow.
Thanks for having me again. I'm happy to be here. I see so many bright faces, so many beautiful people. You guys are brave warriors. I take my hats off to everyone in here that go on that battlefield. Everyone can do your job just like everyone can do my job. You all gotta be team players. You guys are team players. I'm proud of you all. Hold your head up high. And just know every day is a blessing. We can't take nothing for granted. And you guys are true heroes. You guys are warriors. And I'm behind you guys 100%. I'll be back, and you guys have my support.
Floyd Mayweather, a name that resonates with strength, discipline, and an undefeated legacy. Known worldwide as a boxing legend, Floyd Mayweather has spent a lifetime fighting and winning. But recently he's championing a new cause far from the ring, one that has left an indelible mark on his heart. Stay until the end to discover the powerful moment that left even this world champion visibly moved. Since the tragic events of October 7th, Mayweather has been one of the first and most vocal figures to stand with Israel, visiting the country not once, not twice, but 4 times in just a few short months. He's come as a friend, an ally, and a true source of strength to those who need it most. During his latest visit, Mayweather returned to the heart of Israel's emergency response efforts, United Hatzalah's headquarters in Jerusalem. His visit came just days after he donated $100,000 to provide critical protective equipment for Israel's frontline responders. United Hatzalah unveiled 1,000 new bulletproof vests and helmets thanks to his generosity, a donation that isn't just a gesture, but a lifeline, potentially the difference between life and death for these brave volunteers. Floyd Mayweather said the following: "Thanks for having me again. I'm very thankful. We're all about positivity, love, and peace, and we want to thank all the volunteers that help out within 90 seconds or less, because your job is not easy." For someone who has spent years mastering strength and resilience, Mayweather's words carry weight. He knows what it takes to fight, but this time he's here to support those fighting a different kind of battle, a battle to save lives. But Floyd's support didn't end with words of encouragement. He met with Prime Minister Netanyahu, sharing his admiration and a message to the world: "Your strength and courage are unmatched. Keep using your voice and never back down." His message resonates with everyone who believes in standing up for what's right. In recognition of his actions, Mayweather was honored with the Champion for Israel Award by Aish HaTorah, standing on one of the most sacred rooftops in the world, overlooking the Western Wall. Mayweather reflected on the moment, calling it some of the best real estate in the world. He added, "This place is amazing. Everyone should come and visit here." It's clear that Mayweather's connection to Israel goes beyond a single visit. But Floyd's bond with Israel began long before the current crisis. Back in November 2022, he made a surprise visit. He was drawn to Jerusalem's sacred Western Wall, the vibrant streets of the Machane Yehuda market, and even caught a Tel Aviv basketball game. What started as a brief visit has grown into a deep, lasting connection, turning a world champion into a true friend of Israel. During this latest visit, Mayweather was visibly moved by the life-saving work of United Hatzalah. He was impressed by their advanced CPR training, their dispatch center, and the dedication of every volunteer. Calling them world champions of life-saving, Mayweather shared his hope that others would adopt their 90-second response model. To him, these volunteers are more than heroes. They're the embodiment of compassion in action. Eli Beer, United Hatzalah's president, said the following: "Having Floyd Mayweather donate these essential bulletproof vests means so much to us. His unwavering support for Israel and for our volunteers truly touches our hearts, especially during these challenging times." Mayweather said the following: "I stand with Israel against the Hamas terrorists. I stand for all humans and wish for the safe return of all hostages during these horrific war crimes. God bless America, God bless Israel, God bless humankind." These words are more than just a statement, they're a promise. Mayweather has gone beyond simply offering support. He's put his actions and his resources behind his words, demonstrating that he stands firmly with Israel and its people. And by the end of this video, you'll understand just how far he's willing to go to make a difference. What drives a world champion like Floyd Mayweather to take a stand in a battle halfway across the world? Could it be that he sees the same resilience in Israel's people that he spent his entire career embodying in the ring? Or maybe it's a sense of shared purpose, a belief that courage, compassion, and unity are worth fighting for, no matter the distance. What do you think? Can figures like Floyd Mayweather make a real difference in times of crisis? And what does it mean when someone of such influence and stature chooses to fight for others in a completely different kind of battle? Floyd Mayweather's commitment to Israel is a testament to the power of one's compassion. His visits, his donations, and his public stance remind us that even in the darkest times, there are those who choose to stand up for what's right, shining a light for all to see.
And they had a meeting. Floyd donated $100,000 for emergency services, for vests and helmets. And emergency services, they treat everyone. You don't have to be Jewish, Christian, or Muslim. If there's an emergency, there's an emergency. Floyd is there. He's showing support for Israel. And here are some videos and pictures from Floyd's visit to the Holy Land. Here he is by the Western Wall. They say that if you write a prayer in a note and you put it in the wall, it comes true. So people who are sick go there, people who want to get married, people who want children, they write in a note and they put it in the wall. And this is the bulletproof vest that Floyd Mayweather ACC. There's this name tag, Floyd Mayweather. There's the ambassador from the United States to Israel with Floyd Mayweather. So check out some of the sights and scenes of Floyd Mayweather in Jerusalem. It's a city that's over 3,000 years old. There's actually a whole city under the city that they built years and years ago. And there he is in the Western Wall. If you're ever out there, go check it out. There's history everywhere you look. If you're Christian, there's the Jordan River, and they have the church where Jesus was born and the church where Jesus was resurrected, and everything from Nazareth. The cities still have the same names, and some of the structures there are been there for thousands and thousands of years. So here's Mayweather giving a speech, meeting with students that come from all over the world to study in Israel in a religious school, and check out what they have to say to Floyd Mayweather.
From Floyd to protect our volunteers, to give them the equipment so they can save lives. And United Until is saving lives thanks to Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
He's a champion, and we are champions too.
Thank you, Floyd.
Thank you.
Always. #1 supporter of the Jewish people.
That we got from Floyd. That's how we train our staff to be.
Johnny by Flame and the body Johnny by Flame.
I would have gotten in the ring with you at all. At all. Just throw the towel in.
How you doing?
I'm alive. Thank you for coming. It's very important.
40 years?
35.
Wow. 5 years. By the way, everybody saw me. Trump, what does he do? Takes care.
No, the lesson is you don't talk.
Oh.
So we're gonna go in and
Just show him some style, Jim. That's all. Just show him.
What's up?
Change him the jeans and shit.
What's up? What kind of watch I got on?
You know,
Best of the best?
the best of the best.
Have you made it?
Hey, you gotta let them know what kind these really is.
That's no CBDs. It's a diamond.
No CBDs.
G.I. Jones.
The official.
Official.
Almost 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
GIA certified, paperwork for each stone. It's so crazy. These boys are going, boy, listen, these lab rats, they got so many labs now, these entertainers, I should say.
Entertainers. It's okay. Listen, you got to start somewhere, right, champ?
Absolutely. But I'm starting from the top.
yeah.
Excuse me.
You see all the donations he gave? This is all This is all donations that we got from Floyd to protect our volunteers, to give them the equipment so they can save lives. And United Hetzella is saving lives thanks to Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Who is the champion, and we are champions too. Thank you, Floyd. Thank you, Floyd.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, we'll keep on, right?
Yeah, keep on. Here, I got one for him.
Not easy. But just my support for Israel. My friends, Avi, Jonah, Henry, and Jonah whole family. I just want to say thank you for embracing me with open arms and always showing me love and not looking at me a certain way. You know, I've been through a lot. You hear a lot of negative things, but you guys have always treated me with, like I said, like family. And that's what it's about. It's all about family. It's all about sticking together, and it's all about love and peace. And just to my team that supports me on a daily basis, thank you. And to everybody in Israel, I want to say thank you just for showing me love. And to all the volunteers, keep up the great work. Thank you.
Wow.
And as I said before, this is going back to the States with you, so you remember what you did to support United Hetzella during this terrible war that's enforced on us. This is protecting our volunteers. God protects you, and you know how to protect yourself. That's the truth.
All right, all right. So now that I showed you guys all that, right? So this happened in the last time he went there, I guess, was in October. He just went there recently, right? And this week, this happened this week. He was in the UK, right? He was in the, hey guys, don't mention the Chazars. Like, we know, trust me. Like, trust me, we know who they are. That's why I said, go watch my series. Don't mention the Chazars. Like, I have 22 parts on YouTube. The first 2 episodes tells you who they are. Like, but don't mention them. Talking code, please. Please, because they're watching the comments too. You know, and they'll pick anything. When they give me a restriction, you know, they say, oh no, this is promoting this is promoting, you know. So like, just you know, help me keep the video up, guys. I want a lot of people to be able to see this. You know, I'm exposing this fool right here. So now this week, I think it was on Tuesday or Wednesday, this week, he was in UK at Hatton Gardens, right? He was in the UK. He's over there shopping for jewelry and all that. He thought everybody's gonna, he thinks that he can continue to go on like nobody's noticing. But you know what? I'm very proud of a lot of the people in England for what they did to him. So he got kicked out of their town. He got chased out. He literally had to scramble into his car. He was acting hard because he had the cameras on him. He had mad security guards. So he acted a little hard, that he was going to go beat up mad people. Like, he can beat up people trying to jump him and stuff. You know, little Mighty Mouse here. But his bodyguards pushed him into the car and said, let's get out of here. He got chased out of England, Hatton Gardens. Mad love and respect to the people who chased this fool out. Show him we don't all stand by the Chazars, and we don't agree with your fakeness, with you selling your soul and selling people out, the whole Palestinian people, for the money bag. All right, you guys ready to watch that? Check it out.
Money, man.
Get these motherfuckers.
I got you. Money, man, don't worry, you're good, man. They're trying to get me in there. What? Going off in the garden today. We got Money May in the garden. It's going off today.
Boxing legend Floyd Mayweather was jumped in the street as he went jewellery shopping in central London after doubling down on his support for Israel in a furious conflict about the war in Gaza. The ex-champion, who's 47, was strolling around the floor at Hatton Garden this afternoon at around 4:30 when he's said to have got into a dramatic confrontation with a number of jewellery dealers, including some who accused him of supporting, quote, genocide. Now, it's unclear exactly why Mayweather was there, but what we do know is that the incident spiralled out into the street.
Absolutely kicking off.
You're not gonna believe you, man. Mayweather just got punched up, bro. Money Mayweather just got punched up, bro.
There were multiple witnesses at the scene, including some who have spoken to The Sun tonight. One who declined to be named told us that Mayweather had walked in at around 4:30 p.m. and was window shopping alongside his entourage of friends and heavy security guards. They said if one of the most high-profile boxers in the world walks in wearing a bright green Louis Vuitton jacket, you know he wants to be seen. One of the jewellers in the market shouted, "He supports genocide," which prompted others to get involved. Loads of them were calling other jewellers to come over and see him, and by the time they got there, there was a massive argument going on. People were pushing and trying to get to Mayweather and slap his head. His security guards then ran Mayweather out to the bottom of Hatton Garden and bundled him into the back of a Rolls-Royce 4x4, which then sped away. It's believed there were around 20 or 30 people watching, and in footage of the incident, you can see many of those men from inside the market come out and indeed chase Mayweather and his team as they try to keep a distance between the two parties involved. Another witness said there were 8 to 10 people going after him. Mayweather's security team were, quote, outnumbered. Someone said Mayweather had been shopping when he was asked why he supported Israel. Mayweather doubled down and said he was, quote, proud to support the Jews. Mayweather was one of the first major Western celebrities to visit Israel after Hamas's brutal October 7 attack last year, in which 1,200 Israeli civilians were killed. Just last month, the boxer held a private meeting with the controversial Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. That was a session he called an honour to have. He's also launched various charity projects for the Middle Eastern country, including a project by which every Israeli orphan will be given a free Christmas toy by Mayweather's new charity. Among his other endeavours in the Middle Eastern state, he's held barbecues for IDF troops who have been on the front line fighting against Hamas terrorists. Mayweather has already faced some backlash over his position on the war in February during an event in Las Vegas where he was promoting his new vape brand. His security team reportedly confiscated a Palestinian flag from one of the attendees, sparking mass chants of Free Palestine from the crowd.
All right, so I just wanted to show you guys that was from this week. He got chased out of England. People ain't everybody in the world is not fake, and I'm so happy to see things like that. Because I would in my neighborhood, I'd be like, man, I don't want you here, man. Where's your Chazar friends, man? Go to your Chazar friends, man. We don't want you here. All right, like, so that was some real things. That was some real caca. That was some real caca that happened this week. And I hope he sees, man, you ain't loved everywhere now, man. Like, you're on the wrong side of history, man. You're on the wrong side of history. Again, let's go back. Right. November 14th, UN Special Committee finds the Chazars' warfare methods in Gaza consistent with genocide, including the use of starvation as a weapon of war. Right? There's people right now, and you guys know it's not even. At first, it was okay. So it started with Hamas, right? So where are they now? They're in Lebanon. They're in Syria. You thought it was about Hamas. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I've been trying to tell you from the beginning. You thought it was just about Palestine. That was just a stepping tool because they were allowed to get away with that. The whole world is open now. The whole world is open. And I hope you guys don't learn the hard way, and I hope it doesn't come to your front door when you be like, man, Kurimeo was trying to tell us, he's trying to show us something. APAC lobby, the APAC lobbyist in the US runs politics, both sides of both political parties, the Democrat and Republican. They've been doing that for years, guys. Many candidates before. They are always the presidential advisors is always the Chazar. And it's nothing different with Trump right now, guys. Don't think just because they that whole hype. Why do we always keep falling for the hype, man? Why do we always keep falling for the hype, man? And I know a lot of you have conflict when I try to explain that to you. You're like, well, it's about the money, right? I have a better economy under. Oh, it's all about that money, huh? Just like Mayweather, it's all about that money bag, right? You have a better. How do you know we wouldn't have had a better economy where people we would have voted for, we would have chosen our own people, our own leaders? Why do we always got to choose from their picks? They give you the illusion of choice, and it's APAC. Hold on, guys. APAC, huh? Where'd it go? It's the image. Here we go. The illusion of choice. The illusion of choice. You gotta make money, don't let it make you. That's right. You know, if you're righteous, if you work hard, if you stay productive, you're gonna be blessed. You know, you're gonna be blessed. And if you're not, well, maybe you ain't doing something right. All right. I think that's about it. I hope I made my point. And I hope, like I said in the title, I already forgot what the title is. Oh yeah, Mayweather loves him some Chazars, right? It's about that money bag. But we shouldn't be idolizing people without holding them accountable for who they really are. Like you gotta, yeah, it's cool to follow entertainment people, celebrities and all that. You know, that's your choice. But also, who are you idolizing? Who are you really idolizing? Saying, oh, this is a great man. Yeah, he's a great boxer, but he's not a great man. This guy would literally sell his grandma for the money. Like somebody said it. This is the type of people, because their deity, their god is money, right? And they know that. The Chazars live off that. The Chazars love people who love money, not wisdom. Proverbs 8, right? Proverbs 8, she said, I love those who love me. Right? Wisdom. You love wisdom, you'll get wisdom. But if you love money, hey man, you might learn the hard way. Yeah, I know a lot of you probably like, but how come he gets to live so happy, so rich, and he's so evil? And he's like, don't worry about it, man. Like, Most High has a plan for everything. The Great Spirit, everything is exposed. This is part of it. We're exposing him right now. Like, and what happened this week with him in the UK, him getting chased out. People are waking up, man. People are waking up. I hope all of you guys here, we had at least 1,700 views so far. It says we had 162 people, and I hope you guys are waking up to what I'm trying to say. Don't idolize people. Don't idolize Trump. Don't idolize Kamala. Don't idolize these people they put in front of you. All right? Shabbat Shalom. Most High over everything. Most High over everything. All right. I'm gonna go out with with Netflix. If you guys don't know who Netflix is, hold on. Look at this. Yeah, you got to do this to be on their side. You got to go do it. Trump did it too. Trump did it too. He went over there. Yeah, he went over there. All right, let's go look for Netflix real quick. We're gonna go out with this song. Listen to the words of this song. All right. You got a problem with what I'm doing or what I say or any of my work. I was gonna address something else today. The Pan-Africans are mad. I'm just gonna tell you guys that they're really mad. They're leaving me a lot of dumb comments because of yesterday's videos. But I will leave them alone today. It's already been long enough, this video. All right. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. I love y'all, man. Like, take care. I know there's good people like me out there. I know there's people that got my type of heart out there. It's not just me. I believe in that. I really believe there's people like me out there who got a heart, who are humane, who have a conscience, who stand up for injustice in whatever form they see it. Who's not all about just chasing that money bag. It's all about the money bag, man. I don't care about this, Kurimeo. Show me the money, man. Show me the money, man. We'll see how far that money gets you. There's a wise proverb, you know, American indigenous proverb. It says, once they eat up all the food and there's no food left and there's nothing for you to eat, you'll realize you cannot eat money. You cannot eat money. One day you realize you cannot eat money. Money is not everything. Ask for wisdom. Once you have wisdom in this matrix, you'll be successful. You'll be successful. And happiness is not always about having a lot of money, guys. Sometimes simplicity is pura vida. It's pure life. Simplicity is sometimes having peace of heart, having health. Your health is priceless. You know, you can't bring all that money with you when you're gone. You can't bring all your jewels and the $20,000 watch you got from the Chazars, Mayweather. You can't bring that when you're gone. You want to be a god while you're here on earth. You want to pretend to be a god, but you ain't God. You ain't the Most High. None of these people are the Most High. And the Most High has his people, right? Hang in there during Jacob's trouble, my people. Hang in there. Like, you got next. Shout out to Kondra. We already won. We already won, man. All right. We're gonna go out with Netflix. Netflix, man. Netflix don't play, man. All right, so make sure to hear Netflix out, man. Netflix don't play. All right. This song is called My Way. All right, My Way. All right, listen to the words. Shout out to Netflix. I wonder if he ever hears my videos, because I play his songs on them. Shout out to Netflix. And shame on you, Mayweather. Shame on you, man. How does that saying go? Fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on me. Yeah, he thinks he's way better than the rest. That's the thing about his whole ego. Like, yeah, man, like, it's all right. But look how he's hooking up with. He's with the money team. Don't worry. He's with the money team. That's what he thinks. He's with the money team. That's all he's worried about. All right. Shabbat Shalom. Much love and respect. Pura vida, mi gente. Wow, My Way by Netflix. Let's go.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So so you can go kick rocks. I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way, so you can go kick rocks. I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way, so you can go kick rocks. I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
Coming out with a statement. You really changed, man, all your music and arrangement. You don't know shit, shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it. Get after it, get out your head and fucking capture it. You got one life to master it. Don't give up on your future, we all start losers. We're all late bloomers, gotta struggle through the sewer.
What you say? Yeah, I'ma do shit my way, so you can go kick rocks. I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way, so you can go kick rocks. I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want